some of you the information regarding the Ethiopian airplane was just hijacked and forced to land in Geneva, and to just give you some information for those whom I didn't give you any information earlier. Just as a confirmation, we've now all know that Ethiopian airline flight number 702, which was destined to Rome via Khartoum, has been hijacked, and it was forced to veer its direction to Geneva, and now landed in Geneva safely. There were about 193 passengers and 7 crew members. So totally there were 200 people on board in the airplane. Now all of them have safely landed, of which there were about 139 Italian passengers, 11 American, 10 Ethiopian, 5 Nigerian, 5 Romanian, 4 French, 2 Irish, and 2 German citizens, and 1 passenger from Argentina, Austria, Brazil, Rwandese, South African, Congolese, British, Tanzanian, Ghanaian, Finnish, Swiss, and Kenya. Now the pilot, the plane is now to be allegedly hijacked by the co-pilot, who is named Haile Medhin Haberra Tagany. He is 31. He's been serving for the airlines for the last 5 years. So far it's known that he was medically sane until otherwise is proven through the investigation which is going on right now. So that we know when the plane arrived in the Sudanese airspace at about Khartoum, the pilot signaled back to Ethiopia that the plane was actually being hijacked, because by then the pilot left the cockpit and went to the restroom. Then when we were back, it was locked, and then the co-pilot began veering the direction against the destination, which was Khartoum. And then now all the passengers and crew members were allowed to safely leave the plane. They were ushered and helped to regain their composure with all the hysteria that they've been through. So for those, the Ethiopian government officially likes to send apologies for the families of all the passengers and the passengers, and also hereby compliments the Swiss government for all its support that it gave, also to allowing the plane to safely land in Geneva, and also all the facility that it rendered the passengers and the crew members, and also to arrest the allegedly culprit, which is a co-pilot, and now the investigation going on. The Ethiopian Airlines and Ethiopian government are trying their best in collaboration with the Swiss government to let the passengers proceed their destination as they plan, in coordination with other also airlines, which Ethiopian Airlines is now working with. Now these are the general factors that are undergoing. So if you have questions, I can take Grum, Marta, Jesse, Elisa. Yeah. Then I'll take this and proceed with the others.
Thank you very much, Grum CCTV. I have some briefing on the intentions of this co-pilot who, actually, as you said, was healthy and no problems were seen before. Question number 2. Could the hijacking be prevented before? Was there any chance of doing so? Third one, now what's next for this hijacker, the former co-pilot, as we might say? Is the Ethiopian government is going to press charges against him, or what is going to happen? Thank you very much.
The co-pilot, at least other reports say that the co-pilot feared prosecution in Ethiopia. Could you comment on that?
Okay. Yes.
Mark's question and just
Okay, let me answer these questions first. Regarding the intention, it's not yet known, and actually, having seen that all Ethiopians have freedom of movement to go wherever they wish. Secondly, as his Ethiopian Airlines pilot, he has a surfeit of opportunities to apply for any airlines with all his dignity. And also he has a host of visas, including Schengen state visas, so he doesn't have to hijack his own plane and then cut his throat, getting himself into hot water. So the intention as to what forced him to hijack his own plane is still beggars belief and description. So we still wait until the investigation is concluded, so that we will know what forced him. Otherwise, any political, social, or economic reason would not make sense to hijack your own plane and be a criminal, having known that what the anti-hijacking law, international law, and any country's law, that is severe, which goes up to 20 years of imprisonment, and we cannot see why he would get out of that. So we'll wait and see what his intentions was. The other one, could it be prevented? Well, this kind of plane hijacking by its own pilots is very rare, though it's not unheard of. It's been there, it's precedented, but it's very rare phenomenon. So you don't have to wear any weapon. You don't have to treat any force, so every means is at his disposal. But it's a very rare phenomenon, and I don't see that we could prevent, or any airlines could prevent pilot hijacking. What's next is here Ethiopian government has now begun investigating as to what was going on at all the processes here in the airlines. The other, we will let the Swiss government proceed to this investigation, and will also collaborate so that investigation would proceed amicably, and then we'll see the result. Whether he was fearing prosecution, we don't see any criminal record that he had been making, and there was no reason for him to be prosecuted. So there is no reason for him to flee unless he would come up with all his allegations and claims. So until we hear from him, then there is nothing that we can comment on that, because there was no criminal issue that will make him fear. The other issue, whether he actually asked asylum or not, is not yet known, because the information that we got is when we was landing, he gave a signal of emergency landing, and then that's how he got the cooperation for the airplane to land. Once he got, he tried to escape, and now he was caught. If you actually mean to ask asylum, then there is no reason for him to escape. He could have done it safely while he's on his plane. So still that side is not yet known, and we still have to wait and see. Other questions? James, BBC, and Haron, Elias, and Jen.
Does Ethiopia have an extradition treaty in place with Switzerland?
Mm-hmm.
And if so, is that applicable in this case?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask the same.
All right.
You're considering to ask the Swiss government to accept that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was going to ask that as well, but also just regarding security regulations faced by pilots and co-pilots and other airline staff, will those be amended after this incident?
Okay. Are we done? Okay. Extradition treaty, bilaterally we don't have with the Swiss government, but there is the Geneva Convention in 1970, which any attempt to unlawfully seize a plane and forcefully veer its direction would fall under extradition. That is universally accepted law. Ethiopia ratified that law in 1979, and Switzerland ratified that in 1971. So they both ratified that law, but we don't have the bilateral one. So because this act, this criminal act, is a threat posed for all international community and for all countries. None of countries are immune from such kind of threats, and then I think it is likely for us to cooperate. So Ethiopian government would actually mull it over as to how to go about it, and we'll let you know which action that we are going to take. Security checks, well, had the pilot been using any weapon because of his free access to get into the plane, that would actually been a reasonable question to be raised. But so far we have not yet known what instrument that he used, except the locking the door of the cockpit and flying the airplane because of his expertise. So it will be rest for other governments and every airlines as to what to do next. So far, yeah. Yeah.
We have this morning launching of investigation.
But yeah, Ethiopian government trying to investigate the whole procedure here in the airport, and then again we'll cooperate with the investigation which is now being undertaken in Swiss government. So we'll cooperate, and then we are waiting for their reply. And the co-pilot was Ethiopian, and he was about 31 years of age.
What the city, his home city, or you don't know where he's from?
I don't know if he's where he was born and where he was brought up, but what we know is that he was Ethiopian Airlines employee. Yeah.
Is it true that according to Ethiopian the hijacking is punishable by this, or what's the punishment?
I will leave it to the justice people to go into all the details of the articles. For now, we only have the information. It's a criminal act, all by Ethiopia and also by the international standards. Thank you very much.